Highlights, highlights, highlights. Welcome to Good Morning Football. We are live in New York City. It is Monday, September 9th. My name's Kay Adams, Nate Burleson, Peter Strager, and Kyle Brandt. We have hit our groove. We are back, and it's Monday, and there's highlights.
Feels great.
Let's go. Was it good for you? What an opening week.
Time for the
my
lead
gosh.
block.
Lead block.
Let us start with the...
This was a 0. They got absolutely hammered in Foxboro, 33-3. We mentioned Juju. Obviously, a lot of storylines about him stepping up, being the number one. It didn't happen tonight. Juju, what happened, my man?
I mean, people are always going to talk about, not having, certain players that we had last year. I think this year, I think the guys that we have here now, we have ultimate guys, play outside receiver, inside receiver. We got so many guys that we just got to, like I said, make our plays. I think we make our plays today. It's crucial, and it's a game changer.
Triggs, I'm super impressed with the Patriots. You're telling me this team loses Gronk, Brian Flores, Trent Brown, Trey Flowers. They play without David Andrews, and they don't have AB, and they were dominant in every phase of the game.
Sometimes a team has mind control over another team. In the 70s, it was the Steelers used to always beat the Raiders until the Raiders finally beat them. In the 90s, Aikman and those guys used to always beat Favre and the Packers. For whatever reason, when they go up to Foxboro, Belichick and Brady save their very best for Tomlin and Roethlisberger. They're now 5-0 in games up there in Foxboro against Big Ben and Tomlin together. Brady's never thrown an interception against the Steelers, and the numbers are 6-0. I'm sorry, I didn't include the playoff game.
He's never thrown a pick against them?
And this wasn't a 20-17 victory. This was an absolute blowout. And remember, Pittsburgh spent the entire offseason preparing for this game. This is the game they circled. Antonio Brown nonsense aside, this was what they were preparing for. And Nate laughed at the fact that we were like, they added Devin Bush. Rookie, get in line. You're just another in the long line of Pittsburgh Steelers defenders who have been just walked all over by the New England Patriots up in Foxboro. An absolute, okay, Kyle, you said the Browns are the worst loss. I could say the Steelers on Sunday night in front of America, they had the worst loss of the week. This was bad.
Listen, man, it's funny. I was looking at that passer rating. Tom Brady is essentially flawless when it comes to playing the Steelers at home. For me, it's about one individual that put a smile on my face, and that's Josh Gordon. I know people at home are probably sick of me talking about Josh, and I feel like, he's been one of those individuals that have got chance after chance after chance. I mean, the dude has more lives than a cat. But here it is. He's back after being reinstated in the league, and he looked good. He looked fast. He looked strong. And you know what? For what it's worth, being completely honest, he's been through so much off the field. A couple of days ago, he issued a statement, talked about his battle with substance abuse and being thankful for the organization, the league being behind him. And sometimes what you go through helps you get through, man. And I know with the battles that he has with his own demons, maybe football and going up against DBs is light work to him. I mean, he's been through a lot in this lifetime. So seeing a DB in front of him is going to be tough for guys to stop him. So shout out to Josh Gordon and shout out to the Pats because they gave him a chance that not a lot of teams would, and they stuck by him and they're rewarding.
He was a beast. I'm still staggered by how lack of competitiveness the Steelers had in this. Ben Roethlisberger played 217 games. That's the second time he's ever lost by 30-plus points, ever. And there's a thing here, I didn't miss Gronk at all last night. I mean, they didn't miss him for a second. And we talked about the Steelers, how they came in under the radar, and there's no hot air balloons, no helicopters. You like having a great locker room until you look around, you don't have a great huddle. The huddle is really important. Antonio Brown is a hell of a player. Le'Veon's a hell of a player. You start to look around that game last night, it's like, there might be a little bit of talent missing. We're all getting along. We're all brothers. Can you score a touchdown? They got work to do.
More highlights ahead. We've got the NFC East, though. Giants, Cowboys. Let's go.
Yeah, and this one was a good one. Divisional rivalry, Giants, Cowboys, and I run that rock. And how about Jerry Jones saying, I knew it all the time. This was gonna work. And there it is. That is your final score, 35-17. Cowboys make a statement, and Dak Prescott makes an even bigger one.
Kyle, you said that Dak had a Rembrandt performance. He pitched a perfect game.
Yes.
What'd you think?
He danced the Black Swan, Kay. I mean, it was absolutely perfect. I grew up Cowboys. I remember going deep to Alvin Harper, over the middle to Irvin, Novacek, Emmett here. Yesterday was the most perfect Cowboys storm I've seen in like 15 or 20 years, maybe. They had everything. And now, look, maybe the Giants are a 3-13 team. Maybe they're garbage. Maybe they should put in their backup quarterback. But that's not the Cowboys' fault. All they did was complete. I mean, Witten touchdown was just dunking on everybody. We even got the old man the 6th. It was a perfect storm. We'll see if they can repeat it. But I am not showing up unless I'm Dak and getting paid. Where is the contract, guys? It's 8:07 Eastern right now. Where is his deal? Yeah. Peter, you're the finance guy.
This is not going to be. They're not going to bellyache over $1 million here, $1 million there. It's what they end up getting, because Dak will get paid if he wants to take the contract. The alternative is Dak says, "I'll do that every single week, and you're going to pay me $40 million next year." I mean, that's really what he could do. But the truth of the matter is, Jerry Jones is as happy as he's ever been right there. He's sitting there. It goes back to Super Bowl years, and this is a guy who's worth $5 billion. If he pays Dak $30 million or $35 million, it doesn't matter to him. He'd rather pay Dak Prescott. It helps justify paying him when you get performances like that.
What happened to the pie?
The pie.
The pie's over? Okay.
You guys know how I feel. Pay the man.
Pay man what, though? What does that mean?
I would say 35+ million, period.
35 plus.
Look at what he did, and look at the $100 million quarterbacks and a couple of the guys who the bed this past weekend. Dak Prescott showed why he should get paid. But more importantly, though, I feel like they should walk in the facility and Dak Prescott should have Employee of the Month.
Okay.
I like it.
Because I was looking earlier.
Parking spot.
Yeah, the parking spot too. Yeah. How do you win Employee of the Month? You meet all requirements, first of all, okay, and then you got to show up to work on time. What did he do? While Zeke was gone, he showed up for every camp every day. Okay. You got to have great attendance.
Yeah.
Very durable. We know Dak can do that. And then, more importantly, you got to have loyalty to the company in order to be Employee of the Month. Dak Prescott, every time a microphone is in front of his face, he says exactly what he's supposed to say. Dak Prescott, Employee of the Month, maybe Employee of the Year. And if Jerry Jones keeps playing, he's going to have to pay him more than I even think he's worth.
26 years old. I've sort of been saying this leading through this contract negotiation. Maybe there's another level. Maybe there's something that we haven't seen. I compared his numbers to Drew Brees, in which he, in meaningful categories, was better throughout the first 3 years of his career. So I feel like there's another level. Granted, if they pay him 35+ mil, what does that mean for Amari Cooper, who balled out last night as well? For more on the contract side of things, let's bring in Ian Rappaport, our NFL Network insider, with the latest on what's going on between the brass and Dak. Hey, Ian.
Hey, Kate. Well, at least something is going on, and it was for a long time as Ezekiel Elliott's contract was being finalized. There really wasn't much going on between Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Now, at least, they are having conversations, working toward a long-term deal that Jerry Jones termed last night to reporters imminent. Although, from what I understand, when he says imminent, it means a different thing than when I say imminent. He means he hopes in the next couple days. We do not know if that's actually the case. What we do know is that Dak Prescott went out there last night with a lot of pressure, with a lot of money on the line, knowing everyone is going to be watching, not under contract on that huge long-term deal yet, and he busted out a perfect passer rating. You really do have to wonder, guys, what are the Cowboys waiting for? They've seen everything they need to see from Prescott. He has performed like a franchise quarterback. Plus, Kay, the market is essentially what it is. We know Carson Wentz got about $32 million a year. Jared Goff got $33+ million a year. You know Dak Prescott's going to want to be above that. And now the question is, do the Cowboys want to pay him around there now or a lot more after the season?
He has a perfect game to 14 game-winning drives. He took care of business with the Seahawks and Russell Wilson. He eats pressure for breakfast. We'll see if it pays off a little bit later today. Maybe imminently means in the coming days. Keep it here on NFL Network for all of that. Ian Rappaport, we appreciate you. We'll talk to you throughout the morning. The Eagles got a huge comeback in Philly. Nice little win with help from an old friend who, in my opinion, never should have left.
And after this Dak talk, his second best quarterback in his own division.